What's up, y'all? This is Odell Bazell. Welcome to our marketing crash course for service-based business owners. So this crash course is for you if you are somebody that has a service-based front-facing business and you are one of few employees that is in charge of sales, that's in charge of marketing, all that good stuff. So I'm talking to my real estate agents. I'm talking to my small firm accountants, my private practice doctors, lawyers, chiropractors, all of those individuals. And I'm also talking to course creators. I'm talking to coaches, consultants, speakers. If you sell a service and your face is somewhere in the marketing, or you are the person that's on the phone talking to people, this crash course is for you. Now, for those of you that don't know me, that have never heard about me before, I'm going to take just a moment to tell you, and then we're going to dive right into the content. I don't like a lot of fluff without context, but I started getting paid to speak. The service that I sell, still to this day, but the service that I started selling were speaking services. So I started getting paid to speak 2 weeks after my 22nd birthday in February 18th, 2008. And so I started getting paid to speak. I didn't know anything about business. So for 5 years, I was just hustling and bustling, raising my hands, going to different trade shows, going to different conferences, trying to figure out how to do the whole business thingamabob. And I went full time in 2013 and still didn't know much about business. I was just more known in my space. It wasn't until about 2016, 2017 that I started understanding business. And so I want you to track with me. I started getting paid way back in 2008. It took me almost a decade to figure out marketing, to figure out branding, to figure out sales. And even a few years ago, I really didn't know a lot about marketing. It wasn't until I started paying obscene amounts of money to people that I really started understanding what was going on. And some people would say that maybe I made a mistake, maybe, but it unlocked some things for me that I'm going to share with you all. And hopefully you will take it to heart and you will use it. That's the big goal that I have, that you will take this and use it. So we're going to start off this crash course with 3 things they don't explain to us well. Now, who is they? They are the business gurus. They are the online people that maybe use lifestyle marketing. Maybe you never heard of them before, then all of a sudden they emerge like a phoenix and they tell you that they've done a gazillion dollars in sales and they've got all these people around them and all that good stuff. And they give a lot of great information. But what I found is that a lot of it is business entertainment. A lot of it is business entertainment. You have the fancy vibe boards, you have the fancy stuff around them, you got the crowd of people, but it's just entertainment. It's just business entertainment. It's not something tangible that's going to take you from step 1 to step 2. So here are 3 things that they don't really explain to us well. I don't know if it's by design, or I don't know if it's by omission or whatever. But the first thing is they don't really describe like what business we're in. They don't really describe or explain to us how to articulate how we solve problems. And then lastly, they don't really articulate or explain to us how they got in front of us, really. So let's break it down a little bit as we go through here. I'm going to be sharing different videos. So this view that you see is just going to be one view, but there are going to be other views where I'm going to be in front of my board. It's not a vibe board. It's a $189 whiteboard. But I'm going to be breaking down some things. But first and foremost, know what business you're in. Know what business you're in. A lot of people, myself included, and a lot of this I'm going to be telling you is going to be from my experience. So I'm going to make sure that I don't put my ignorance and put my missteps on you. But I know a lot of people that have made those missteps and some of those had those ignorant moments, if you will. Know what business you're in. If you would have asked 22, 23-year-old Odell when he started getting paid to speak, hey, Odell, what business are you in? I would have said, I'm in the speaking business, baby. I'm a speaker. People pay me to speak. And if you think about your business, you believe that you're in insert whatever industry. I named a lot of industries at the beginning of this training where I talked about, hey, if you're a realtor, I'm in the real estate business. If you're a doctor, I'm in the healthcare, health and wellness business. If you're an accountant, I'm in the financial services business. Right. You know? That's kind of right, but not all the way. And almost doesn't count. That's what Brandy say. I try to rhyme. Sometimes I rhyme. Anyway, this is going to be fun. This crash course is going to be fun. Don't worry. But you sell those things, but you're not really in that business. This is the business that you're in. Write this down. You're in the business of acquiring customers. You're in the business of acquiring clients. You're in the business of acquiring patients if you're in the health field. That's what business you're in. You're in customer acquisition. It might sound like I'm mincing words. It might sound like that I'm trying to nuance things to be irritable and OCD. No. Because what it does when you say that, it unlocks something in your brain differently. Again, I'll go back to my experience. If you would have told 23-year-old Odell, oh, great, you get paid to speak. But remember, you're in the client acquisition business. 23-year-old Odell would have said, what? Client acquisition? What do you mean? Yes, your focus is to get clients and get them to pay you for your speaking services. Since that is the case, the function of your business is to show people what you do and get a decision from them. Show people what you do and get a decision from them. Show people what you do and get a decision from them. That's why we're taking this marketing crash course. Because all those years ago, even though some of the stuff you do it, you just do it and you don't even realize what you're doing. I was going to conferences. You go to conferences, you show up on social media. Maybe you send out mailers if you do offline stuff. You go to trade shows, you go to networking events. You're trying to find the people that might want to hire you. That's the function of it. But once you find the people, you got to show them what you do and then get a decision from them. So you have to know what business you're in. Let's go to the next part. You have to know what problems you solve. This kicked my butt forever. Know what problem you solve. And I have to shout out. And when I shout out, when I name drop, I only do it if it's good. There is a young lady by the name of Laurel Portier who is incredible at Facebook ads and all this stuff. I found her through a couple of friends of mine. They were in her group and they said, she's amazing. I bought her book, all this stuff. And I even got some of her coaching. And Laurel would always drill us. And she would say, what problem do you solve? You ask her a question, say, okay, great. What problem do you solve? And whenever somebody would say, I help, she would say, nope, that's not it. Nope. What problem do you solve? What problem are people going through that you actually give them a solution to? So one of my mentors said that if you solve your problems, you can create some money for yourself, like your problems, your personal specific problems. When you solve problems for other people, you can create wealth for yourself. But I struggled for so long trying to figure out what the problem is. What is the problem? So you got to know what problem you solve. And I'll just give you an example. With this marketing crash course, one of the problems that we're going to solve is content cluelessness. I don't know what content to create. I don't even know what content to post, when to post it. So many business owners struggle with that. I don't know what to post. I'm not sure what I should post. Should I post this? Should I post that? Content cluelessness. Another one that we solve is overwhelm. Oh, there's so much. Should I do video? Should I do images? Should I go live? Should I record? Should I create a course? And then should I have a coaching program? Or should I raise my prices? All this overwhelm that people have, that they just, I don't know what to do. And then another problem that we solve is we help. See what I did there? I messed up already. Sorry, Laurel. We show service-based business owners how to raise their positioning, because the problem is they're positioned too low in their marketplace. So the problem is they're positioned too low in their marketplace. So when you're creating and trying to figure out what problem do I solve, when you can articulate that well, you're further along, which goes to the last thing. So this first video is just all about things that they don't explain to us well. We're going to be talking about different things as we go throughout this crash course. Make sure you're locked in. But I want you to think about this. We're not really taught that we're in the client customer acquisition business. We're not really taught how to articulate the problem that we solve. And how you do that, as I said, we'll be getting into it more, exactly how to say it in your words. I just gave you a couple of examples of my words. But then lastly, they don't know how to raise their positioning. See, they don't explain to us how they got to where they are. They may tell you what worked 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago. They might tell you that. But most of the time, they just show up polished, looking good, with the following, impressive, but they don't say exactly what they did. And I don't know exactly what everybody else did. I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend like I know. What I am going to tell you in this introductory training is that 99% of the people that you see online, offline, doing well, they raise their positioning in the marketplace through paying a lot of money, networking, and being in relationships with people at higher positions, and through video content. Those ways. They paid a lot of money. They marketed a lot. They did a lot of outreach. A lot of people don't tell you that. Paid a lot of money. Sometimes they went in the red. They don't tell you that. But they did it to get out in front. And then there are associations. There are people that this is what they do. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. They will join a mastermind that costs 50, 30, whatever, tens of thousands of dollars, just to be in the room with people, to connect with people. They'll take out loans to get into these groups, take pictures, so that when you see them with somebody else, you automatically associate with them with that person. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, by the way. I'm just saying that they never tell you that. They never say that I had nothing going on, really. And then I paid a bunch of money, got in this group. I made a little bit of money. Then I paid a lot more money and got into another group. And then I was able to get on the stage and boom. They don't tell you that. They don't need to, but I'm explaining it to you. Also, they don't explain to you exactly how they got professional video. And most of what this marketing and branding crash course is going to be talking about is how to get professional video for you, but they don't tell you those things. And so, as we're landing the plane on this, make sure as you go throughout this crash course that you're taking notes, the notes that matter to you. So, out of those three things, and I usually like to give three things, maybe sometimes I'll give four things, or I'll give you a list of things so that you can just choose one that's the most meaningful for you. So figure out which out of what I shared was the most meaningful thing for you, and then join us on the next section of this crash course. And hey, we'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you're going to get known through better marketing and better branding. Take care.